You need to see this before October 18th. Urgent warning for all chosen ones. The next 72 hours are not a drill. Do not miss this message. It is arriving, a silent, seismic wave of energy that most of the world will sleep through. But you have already been feeling it. If your dreams have been strange, if your body has been aching in ways you can't explain, if you felt a profound and sudden pull inwards, away from the noise of the world, then this message has found you for a reason. Listen to me very closely. The period between October 18th and October 20th, 2025 is not just another new moon. This is a grand cosmic recalibration, a sovereignty test for every soul on the planet who signed up for this ascension mission. What you do, or more importantly, what you don't do in these next 3 days, will set the energetic trajectory for the next year, and potentially the rest of your life. The universe is issuing a divine mandate, and that mandate is solitude, complete and unwavering solitude. Before we go any further, I need you to anchor your energy with me. This is crucial. First, like this video to signal to the algorithm that this is a message of light that needs to be shared. Second, subscribe and turn on all notifications, because the downloads are coming through faster than ever, and you cannot afford to miss them. And third, type 777 in the comments right now to affirm that you are a vessel of divine wisdom, ready to receive. The common spiritual advice for a new moon is to gather, to set intentions, to plant seeds socially and energetically. And for 99% of the population, that might be fine, but you are not them. If you are hearing these words, you are what many call a chosen one, a light worker, a star seed, a path cutter. Your energetic system is fundamentally different. You are a highly sensitive, finely tuned antenna for cosmic frequencies. While others are broadcasting their intentions outward, your mission during this specific lunar gateway is to go completely silent, to turn the antenna inward and receive a critical software update for your soul. To be in the presence of others, even loved ones, even other spiritual people, during this 72-hour window would be like trying to download a pristine high-frequency operating system on a computer that's connected to a public Wi-Fi network full of viruses, pop-up ads, and chaotic data streams. It will corrupt the download. It will interfere with the transmission. The universe is demanding a clean, isolated connection to you and you alone. This is not about being antisocial. This is about sacred energetic hygiene at the highest level. We are going to break down the 7 critical non-negotiable reasons why you must isolate yourself during this period. Each reason builds upon the last, creating a complete picture of the profound spiritual work that is about to take place within your very being. Ignoring this call is not an option for those who are serious about their path. This is your final exam for this cycle of growth, and the classroom is silence. The first reason you must be alone is perhaps the most profound and difficult to grasp for the logical mind, but your soul will understand it instantly. The quantum field is being rewritten, and your DNA is the receiver. Imagine the fabric of our reality. The very code that governs time, manifestation, and potential is undergoing a deep and systematic defragmentation. This new moon in Libra, while seemingly about balance and relationships, is triggering a deep hidden alignment with the Great Attractor, a gravitational anomaly in intergalactic space that is literally pulling our entire galaxy towards a new quadrant of cosmic expression. This is not just astrology. This is quantum physics meeting divine will. During these 72 hours, the Akashic records, the energetic library of all that ever was and will be, are being opened and optimized. Old distorted timelines are being pruned. Collective karmic debt is being audited. And your personal soul contract is up for its final review of the cycle. When you are in solitude, your bioenergetic field becomes a coherent, stable vessel. You can receive the pure, undistorted light codes of this new reality matrix directly into your cellular structure. Your DNA, which is a crystalline light-based antenna, can attune to these new frequencies without interference. But when you are around other people, you are inevitably entangled in their energy fields. You are processing their fears, their attachments, their unprocessed trauma, their distorted beliefs. You, as an empath and a spiritual transmuter, will unconsciously try to process their energetic static, and in doing so, you will miss the pure signal meant only for you. This is the equivalent of a divine messenger knocking at your door with a life-altering truth, but you can't hear them, because the television is blasting, the music is loud, and you're busy mediating an argument in the living room. You must turn off all the external noise. Your divine appointment is scheduled, and you must be present and alone to receive the new source code for your life. This isn't just a passive process of receiving. Your solitude acts as a stabilizing rod for the planet. Each chosen one who holds a clear, sovereign and silent space during this transit becomes a lighthouse. You anchor the new frequencies not just for yourself, but for the entire collective. The energy of the masses will be chaotic. People will feel irritable, emotional, and confused without knowing why. There might be sudden arguments, unexpected breakups, and a general sense of unease in the collective field. Your role is not to dive into that chaos and try to fix it. Your role is to remove yourself from it completely, to hold your frequency so high in your sacred isolation that you become a beacon of coherence that others can unconsciously attune to. By being alone, you are performing your greatest act of service. You are the quiet anchor in the storm. You are holding the space for humanity's upgrade by first ensuring your own vessel is clear. Think of yourself as a master surgeon about to perform a delicate operation on your own soul. You would demand a sterile, silent, and controlled environment. You would not allow anyone else in the room who could distract you or compromise the integrity of the procedure. This is that moment. You are both the surgeon and the patient, and the operating room must be sealed. If you feel this energetic sensitivity deep in your bones, if you've always known you process the world differently, type "I am the anchors" in the comments to ground your sovereign energy now. The second urgent reason for this sacred solitude is the severing of outdated energetic cords and soul contracts. This new moon is not just initiating new beginnings. Its primary function is to facilitate a radical final ending. The universe is bringing a pair of cosmic shears to your energetic field, and it is ready to make the final cut on connections that have been draining your life force for years, even lifetimes. These are not just cords to former lovers or difficult family members. These are deeper, more insidious attachments. They are cords to old versions of yourself that you've outgrown. They are cords to past failures that you still unconsciously identify with. They are cords to societal expectations that you've allowed to dictate your worth. They are soul contracts of servitude and self-sacrifice that are now null and void, but whose energetic residue still lingers. The severing process is incredibly subtle yet powerful, and it can only be completed when your energy field is not actively engaged with others. When you are interacting with people, you are constantly creating and reinforcing temporary energetic cords. It's a natural part of human interaction. But during this 72-hour period, these cosmic shears are at their sharpest. If you are surrounded by others, the universe cannot get a clear read on which cords are yours to keep and which are ready to be released. Your energy becomes muddled with the energy of those around you, and the surgical precision of this cosmic event is compromised. You might find that instead of severing the intended cord to a past trauma, the energy gets deflected and creates a stress fracture in a current, healthy relationship, simply because you were enmeshed in that person's energy field at the critical moment of release. This is why unexpected arguments and misunderstandings will be rampant among the unawakened during these 3 days. They are feeling the pull of this severance energy, but are misattributing it to the people physically present with them. They are blaming their partners, friends, and co-workers for an energetic process that is entirely internal. You must be wise. You must be discerning. By retreating into solitude, you lay your entire energetic body bare for the divine to see. You are saying, "I am here. I am open. I am not hiding behind anyone else's energy. Scan my field and remove all that is not in alignment with my highest sovereign timeline." In this silence, you may feel phantom sensations. You may have a sudden, vivid memory of an old friend from a decade ago. You may feel a pang of sadness or anger that has no logical trigger. Do not be alarmed. This is the cord dissolving. This is the soul contract turning to dust. You must be alone to witness this sacred process, to honor it, and to allow it to complete itself without interruption. To be with others is to ask the surgeon to perform the operation in the middle of a crowded train station. It is not only inefficient, it is dangerous for your spiritual health. You must protect the sanctity of your healing. The third reason, and this is where the work moves from the external energetic field to the deepest layers of your subconscious mind, is the implantation of new soul blueprints via the deep dream state. You must understand that during these 72 hours, sleep will not be sleep as you know it. It will be a deep, immersive, holographic training ground. The veil between the conscious, subconscious, and superconscious minds will become so porous it will practically dissolve. This new moon transit creates a harmonic resonance that specifically targets the pineal gland, your third eye, the seat of your soul's connection to higher dimensions. It will be decalcified and activated at an unprecedented rate, transforming your dream state from a place of chaotic emotional processing into a high-fidelity classroom and integration chamber. Your higher self, your spirit guides, your ancestral lineage of light, all of them have been waiting for this specific energetic window to transmit mission-critical data packs directly into your subconscious. This is information that is too complex, too multidimensional to be understood by your linear waking mind. It includes new timelines, dormant skills and abilities from past lives being brought online, solutions to problems you have been wrestling with for years, and a deeper cellular understanding of your true cosmic origin and purpose. This is why your solitude, especially during the hours of rest, is non-negotiable. To sleep in the same room, or even the same home, as another person during this transit is to invite massive signal interference. Every human being emits an energetic field, a bio-aura, that extends far beyond their physical body. Their dreams, their fears, their restless thoughts, their very breath creates a vibration that will ripple through your space. During this sensitive download period, the presence of another's energy is like static on a divine radio frequency. You may be on the verge of receiving a profound ancestral message, a key to healing a generational wound, but it gets fractured and distorted by the ambient stress radiating from a partner sleeping beside you who is worried about their job. You might be in a deep delta wave state, your consciousness traveling to the Pleiadian star system to receive a light code activation, and the download is abruptly aborted because someone in the next room gets up to use the bathroom. These may seem like trivial physical disturbances, but energetically, they are seismic interruptions to a process of immense delicacy. The downloads are encoded in specific frequencies of light and sound, delivered during the deepest REM and delta sleep cycles. Your brain must be allowed to cycle through these states in a completely undisturbed sovereign energetic field. This is why many of you have been feeling an overwhelming need to sleep alone recently, a deep intuitive pull to have your own space. Your soul knows what is coming. It has been preparing you to create this sacred solitary nest so that the transmissions can be received with perfect clarity. During these 3 nights, pay meticulous attention to your dreams. They will not be ordinary. Expect to experience hyper-realistic, vivid dreams that feel more real than waking life. You may dream of flying, which is your consciousness practicing timeline jumping and navigating 5D reality. You may have recurring dreams of water, oceans, rivers, even floods, which is your emotional body undergoing a massive deep purification. You may meet relatives who have passed on, or even beings you recognize not from this life but from a distant soul memory. These are your ancestors and guides delivering their messages in the only environment where your logical mind cannot interfere. You might dream of complex geometric patterns, symbols, and languages you do not understand. Do not try to analyze them with your intellect. These are light codes, and they are being installed directly into your subconscious. Your only job is to receive. Keep a journal and a pen by your bed, and the moment you wake, even if it is at 3 a.m., write down everything you can remember, no matter how fragmented or strange. The meaning may not be clear for days or weeks, but capturing the raw data is paramount. Being alone ensures that when you wake, the first energy you connect with is your own. and the fragile memory of the dream download isn't immediately shattered by the morning routine or conversation of another person. You are a dream catcher for the new earth, and these next 3 nights, your solitude is the sacred hoop upon which the web is woven. You must protect it fiercely. If you have felt this call to the dream state, if you have been receiving strange and powerful messages in your sleep, affirm your readiness by commenting with "I am ready to dream" below. This declaration strengthens your pineal gland's ability to receive. This leads us directly to the 4th, and perhaps most challenging, reason for your mandatory isolation. You are about to undergo a controlled demolition of the ego and the false self. This new moon in Libra is activating a cosmic paradox. Libra is the sign of relationships, of the other, but its highest spiritual expression is the achievement of perfect inner balance before one can truly enter into divine union. To achieve this balance, everything that is unbalanced, everything that is false within you, must come to the surface to be seen, acknowledged, and released. The personality you have constructed to survive in this 3D world, the people pleaser, the overachiever, the stoic victim, the detached intellectual, is a mask. It is a composite of parental conditioning, societal programming, and trauma responses. It has served its purpose, it has kept you safe, but it is now a cage that is suffocating your soul. The frequencies of this upcoming lunar gateway are designed to shake that cage until it falls apart. This is in essence a miniature ego death, and it is a process that is intensely raw, vulnerable, and cannot be safely navigated in the presence of others. To be around other people forces you to perform. It forces you to wear the mask. When you are with your family, you play the role of the son or daughter. With your partner, you play the role of the lover. At work, you play the role of the competent employee. These roles require a constant output of energy to maintain. But during these 72 hours, the universe is going to cut the power supply to those masks. The energy that you use to uphold these false fronts will be redirected inward to fuel the emergence of your true, authentic self. What this feels like in practice can be terrifying if you are not prepared. You may feel a sudden and complete disinterest in the things that once defined your identity. Your career might suddenly feel hollow and meaningless. The social persona you've carefully curated might feel clownish and exhausting. You may look in the mirror and not recognize the person staring back. Waves of grief, anger, and confusion may wash over you for no apparent reason, as you mourn the death of the person you thought you were. You might feel an overwhelming urge to cry, to scream, to sit in absolute silence for hours. Now, imagine trying to go through this sacred, messy, and deeply personal unraveling, while having to make small talk with a coworker, or explain to your partner why you are suddenly distant and emotional. It is impossible. The presence of others acts as a mirror, but not a clean one. They will reflect back to you the mask they are used to seeing. Their expectation of who you are will create an immense energetic pressure for you to snap back into your old persona, to act normal. This will create a violent internal conflict, a spiritual war within your own being. It will abort the process of dissolution. You will be left feeling fractured, exhausted, and even more disconnected from your truth. Solitude, in this context, is not a luxury. It is a spiritual necessity. It is the sacred chrysalis. A caterpillar does not transform into a butterfly in the open. It seals itself away in a cocoon, where its old form can completely dissolve into a nutrient-rich goo, a process of utter surrender, before the blueprint of the butterfly can emerge. These next 3 days, you are in the goo phase. You must allow yourself to dissolve. You must grant yourself the grace to fall apart without an audience. No explanations, no justifications, no performances, just you, your soul, and the divine, in a safe and silent container, witnessing the death of the false so that the true can be born. This is the ultimate act of self-love. It is the bravest journey you will ever take, and it must be taken alone. You are releasing the identity that was given to you so you can finally fully embody the identity you chose before you ever came to this planet. The 5th reason for this profound retreat builds upon the foundation of the first 4. Once the field has been cleared, once the cords have been severed, once the new blueprints have been downloaded, and the false self has begun to crumble, a space is created, a sacred vacuum. And the universe abhors a vacuum. This space will be instantly filled, and what it will be filled with is the primary reason for this entire event: the activation and calibration of your dormant clair senses and spiritual gifts. Every chosen one carries within their spiritual DNA a suite of advanced intuitive abilities: clairvoyance, clear seeing; clairaudience, clear hearing; clairsentience, clear feeling; claircognizance, clear knowing. These are your divine birthright. They are the tools of the new human, the senses of the 5D reality. For most of your life, these senses have been dormant, or at best, operating at a mere 5 to 10% of their capacity, drowned out by the incredible density and psychic noise of the 3D world. This new moon portal is a cosmic ignition switch. The high-frequency gamma light waves flooding the planet are designed to awaken these senses, to bring them fully online. But for this to happen, you need an environment of extreme sensory and psychic quiet. Think of it this way: your emerging clairaudient ability is like trying to hear a single delicate pin drop. To do so, you need absolute silence. But living in the modern world is like living in the middle of a perpetual rock concert. The collective fear, anxiety, and mundane thoughts of humanity create a deafening psychic roar. The electromagnetic frequencies from Wi-Fi, cell towers, and electronics create a thick, energetic smog. When you are around other people, you are not just hearing their words, you are being bombarded by their internal monologue, their emotional state, their soul's frequency. For an untrained and newly awakening intuitive, it is impossible to distinguish the divine whisper of your spirit guides from the mental chatter of the person sitting next to you. It is impossible to tell the difference between your own gut feeling, your clairsentience, and the anxiety you are absorbing from your family. Solitude is your training ground. It is the anechoic chamber where you can finally begin to identify the subtle, nuanced frequencies of your own higher senses without any external contamination. During these 3 days of isolation, you will begin to notice things. A persistent high-pitched ringing in one ear is not tinnitus. It is your clairaudient channels being tuned. You are being calibrated to hear the music of the spheres. Shimmering lights, sparkles, or geometric patterns in the corner of your eye are not your vision failing. It is your clairvoyant sight activating, allowing you to perceive the energetic grid and the light beings that occupy the space around you. A sudden, unshakable knowing about a situation, a download of information that comes from nowhere, is your claircognizance switching on. A deep, empathic feeling in your solar plexus that tells you the truth of a matter is your clairsentience coming online. If you are surrounded by others, you will dismiss these phenomena. You will rationalize them away. The ringing in your ear becomes an annoyance. The light in your vision becomes a floater. The gut feeling becomes indigestion. You will miss the birth of your own magic because the environment is too loud and distracting. But in the sacred silence of your own company, you can greet these experiences with curiosity and reverence. You can begin to learn their language. You can sit in meditation and ask, "What is this ringing trying to tell me?" You can close your eyes and focus on the light patterns and see what shapes they take. You can learn to trust that sudden knowing without needing external validation. 72-hour period is your psychic development bootcamp. The universe is your teacher, and silence is the classroom. By choosing to be alone, you are stating to the cosmos, "I am ready to graduate from the 5 physical senses. I am ready to reclaim my multi-dimensional perception. I am ready to see, hear, and feel the truth of reality." Do not squander this opportunity. This level of atmospheric, energetic support for psychic activation is rare. Protect your sacred space, and prepare to meet the magician that has been sleeping within you all along. If you are ready to unlock your divine gifts and step into your power as a multi-dimensional being, type "I reclaim my senses" in the comments now. Let your intention be known to the universe. This is not for everyone. It's for the chosen who are ready to change their reality. I released a members-only deep briefing called "Warning All Chosen Ones." Watch this before new moon of the 21st of October 2025. This will change everything. In that video, I reveal the exact activations and protections you must do. Click the description link or the pinned comment and watch it before the energy lands. If you skip this window, you may never get this same upgrade. The sixth reason you must embrace this sacred solitude is one that shifts from the internal to the external, from the energetic to the physical, and it is critically important for your future path in the material world. This reason is receiving and decoding your personal timeline for manifestation. The chaotic, shotgun approach to manifestation taught by the mainstream, simply thinking positive thoughts, creating vision boards, and repeating affirmations, is a 3D paradigm that is rapidly becoming obsolete. It's like trying to use a dial-up modem in an age of fiber optic internet. The new 5D reality operates on principles of resonance, alignment, and most importantly, divine timing. You can have the most powerful intention in the universe, but if you launch it at the wrong moment, against the cosmic tides, it will not only fail, but could actively create resistance and push your desires further away. This new moon gateway is not the time to push your intentions out into the universe. It is the time to go silent and receive the universe's strategic plan for you. Your higher self has a perfect eagle's eye view of all potential timelines. It knows the path of least resistance. It knows the precise sequence of events, the synchronicities that must align, and the steps you need to take, and crucially, the steps you need to not take to bring your soul's deepest desires into physical form. During these 72 hours of deep, uninterrupted solitude, your higher self will be downloading this strategic timeline, this divine blueprint for your next cycle of creation, directly into your intuitive field. This is not a vague feeling, it is a detailed and specific set of instructions. It will come through not as a voice in your head, but as a series of powerful intuitive nudges, inspired ideas, and sudden moments of crystal clear clarity. You might be sitting in silence and suddenly realize, with absolute certainty, that the business idea you've been chasing for the last year is actually a distraction from your true calling. You might receive a full, detailed outline for a book, a course, or a project that flows into your mind with an ease that feels supernatural. You might suddenly understand that the next step in your journey is not to apply for another job, but to sell your possessions and move to a new city, and you will feel a profound sense of peace and rightness about this decision that defies all logic. This is the divine strategy being revealed. It is the treasure map for your next chapter. Now understand why being around other people makes this transmission impossible. Well-meaning friends, family, and partners, operating from their own 3D logic and their own fears, will instantly project their limitations onto your inspired vision. The moment you share your downloaded idea, "I feel called to leave my stable career and become an artist," their fear-based programming will kick in. How will you pay your bills? That's so risky. Are you sure that's a good idea? Their doubt, their practicality, their well-intentioned concern is energetic poison to a newly birthed divine download. It will create immediate interference patterns of doubt and confusion in your own mind. It will make you question the divine wisdom you just received. Their 3D logic will wage war against your 5D knowing, and in most cases, the deeply ingrained programming of the logical mind will win. You will shelve your divine idea, labeling it as irresponsible or crazy, and you will miss your divinely orchestrated window of opportunity. Solitude is the incubator. It is the sacred greenhouse where these fragile, high-frequency seeds of inspiration can be planted in the fertile soil of your soul without being trampled by the heavy boots of external opinion. During these 3 days, your only job is to be the scribe. Let the ideas flow. Do not judge them. Do not analyze their practicality. Do not ask how. Just receive them and write them down. Capture every detail. The how will be revealed to you step by step, but only after you have first honored and accepted the what in its purest, most undiluted form. Your solitude is your boardroom meeting with the CEO of your soul. Do not invite anyone else to this meeting. The strategic plan is confidential, meant for your eyes and your heart only, until it is strong enough to survive in the outside world. Furthermore, this is a time of timeline assessment. In your silence, you will be shown with undeniable clarity the future consequences of your current trajectory versus the one your soul is calling you toward. You may have a vivid daydream or a sudden emotional flash of what your life will feel like in 5 years if you stay in your current relationship or career. You will feel the energetic reality of it, the stagnation, the quiet desperation, the dimming of your light, and then you will be given a glimpse, a feeling state, of the alternative timeline, the one that requires a leap of faith. You will feel the vibrancy, the expansion, the joy, the alignment. The universe is not showing you this to scare you, but to give you a clear and conscious choice. It is laying the two paths bare before you and asking, which reality do you choose to energize? This profound level of self-reflection and timeline jumping can only happen when you are free from the daily distractions and obligations that keep you locked into your current default reality. By being alone, you are stepping out of the river of your current life and standing on the riverbank, where you can finally see where it is flowing and decide if that is a destination you truly desire. This is the ultimate act of co-creation, silencing your own noise so you can hear the divine strategy and then consciously choosing to align with it. If you are ready to receive your divine blueprint for success and align with your most abundant timeline, comment with the powerful affirmation, "I harness lunar energy." This signals your intent to work with the cosmic flow, not against it. This leads us to the seventh and final reason for this sacred isolation, and it is the culmination of all the others. It is the grand purpose behind the clearing, the downloading, the activating, and the strategizing. The ultimate reason you must be alone from October 18th to the 20th is for the anchoring of your sovereign frequency and the final forging of your inner king or queen. For your entire life, as an empath and a chosen one, you have been a chameleon. You have unconsciously mirrored the emotions, energies, and expectations of those around you as a survival mechanism. You have changed your colors to blend in, to keep the peace, to be liked, to be accepted. This has left you with a profound and painful question that echoes in the quiet moments of your life. Who am I really, when I am not reflecting someone else? You have become so adept at attuning to others that you have forgotten the sound of your own soul's unique note. This constant mirroring has created energetic leaks, fractures in your aura, and a deep-seated dependency on external validation. You look to others to know if you are okay, if you are worthy, if you are on the right path. This is the frequency of the servant, not the sovereign. This is urgent. Do not skip this. Watch the members-only briefing, warning all chosen ones. Watch this before new moon of the 21st of October 2025. This will change everything. I reveal the activations and protections you must do before the spiritual energy shifts. Click the link in the description or the pinned comment now. This window won't wait. This new moon portal is your coronation. It is the moment where you are being called to finally, fully, and unapologetically reclaim your own energetic throne. The purpose of the intense clearing and cord cutting is to remove all the foreign energies you have been carrying. The purpose of the ego demolition is to dismantle the false identity that craves external approval. The purpose of activating your clair senses is so you can rely on your own divine guidance instead of the opinions of others. All of it leads to this singular powerful outcome: for you to spend 72 uninterrupted hours entirely within your own energy field, with no one else to mirror, no one to please, no one to perform for. For the first time, perhaps in your entire life, you will be forced to sit in the pure, unadulterated essence of your own being. And it may be deeply uncomfortable at first. You will feel the void left by the absence of external stimuli. The silence will be deafening. Your mind, addicted to distraction, will scream for you to pick up your phone, turn on the TV, call a friend. You must resist. This discomfort is the withdrawal symptom from a lifelong addiction to external validation. As you sit through this discomfort, something magical will begin to happen. Slowly, gently, your own true frequency will begin to emerge from beneath the rubble of mirrored personalities. It is a process of remembering. You will start to hear your own thoughts, untainted by the influence of a partner or parent. You will feel your own emotions, raw and real, without needing to manage them for someone else's comfort. You will rediscover what you truly enjoy, what brings you peace, what makes your soul sing, when there is no one else to impress. You will find your energetic center, your unshakable inner core of peace and power that is not dependent on anyone or anything outside of you. This is the forging of sovereignty. It is the process of becoming your own anchor, your own oracle, your own source of love and approval. You are learning to generate your own light, rather than just reflecting the light of others. In this profound solitude, you will finally meet the king or queen within. This is the integrated, empowered archetype of your highest self, the part of you that is wise, confident, compassionate, and utterly self-reliant. This is the version of you that makes decisions from a place of deep inner knowing, not fear. The version that sets healthy boundaries without guilt. The version that walks its path with a quiet dignity and power that commands respect without ever needing to demand it. This is the ultimate goal of your ascension. The new earth is not being built by committees of people-pleasers. It is being built by a council of sovereign kings and queens, each one fully anchored in their own truth, their own power, and their own unique frequency, who then come together in divine union as equals. But you cannot enter that council until you have first claimed your own throne. This 72-hour period of solitude is your coronation ceremony. You are retreating from the world as a prince or princess, still seeking the approval of the old kingdom, and you will emerge as a king or a queen, ready to build the new one. To show up to this ceremony with a +1 is to abdicate your own throne. It is to tell the universe that you still believe your power lies in another. The universe is testing you. It is asking, can you stand on your own? Can you be your own source? Do you trust the divinity within you enough to be alone with it? How you answer this question over the next 3 days will determine the entire course of your future. Choose wisely. Embrace the silence. Embrace the solitude. Your throne awaits. Do not be late for your own coronation. It is time to rule your inner kingdom, so that you may help build a better outer world. Before we move into the precise practical steps you must take to create your sacred container, we must go one level deeper. We have covered the 7 sacred reasons for your solitude, the divine benefits that await you on the other side of this 72-hour gateway. But to fully arm you with the conviction needed to follow through, you must understand not just the benefits of solitude, but the specific, active, and potent dangers of engagement. You need to grasp the very mechanics of the energy that will be flooding our planet, because this is not a gentle passive wave of love and light. It is an active, intelligent, and fiercely clarifying frequency. It is a tsunami of absolute truth, and its primary function is to obliterate all that is false. To be in the presence of others during this transit is not just a missed opportunity for growth. It is to willingly stand on the shoreline and invite this tsunami to crash upon you, entangling you in the debris of other people's collapsing worlds. Let us first speak of the phenomenon I am being shown, which is called the Great Cosmic Mirror. The Libra new moon energy, in its highest expression, is about divine relationship, the relationship between the self and the soul, and then the self and the other. During this specific alignment, however, this energy will be amplified to an unprecedented degree. Every human being will become a walking, talking, mercilessly honest mirror for every other human they interact with. But what they will be mirroring is not the light, not the pretty social mask, not the carefully constructed personality. They will become a perfect, high-definition reflection of the other person's deepest, most unacknowledged, and most fiercely denied shadow. Imagine every insecurity you have, every secret shame, every hidden jealousy, every ounce of unprocessed anger. Now imagine seeing it played out in the words, actions, and even the subtle energetic transmissions of the person you are speaking to. This is the energy we are entering. Every conversation will become a potential psychic minefield. This is why arguments will erupt out of nowhere, seemingly over nothing. A casual comment from a partner about being tired will be heard by you as a deep accusation that you are not doing enough, because it is triggering your own hidden fear of inadequacy. Your attempt to offer a helpful suggestion to a friend will be received as a condescending judgment, because it is activating their deepest wound of not feeling good enough. This is not a metaphor. The energy will literally create an energetic feedback loop where the shadow self of one person is projected onto the other, which then triggers the shadow self of the second person, who projects their own darkness back, and the cycle amplifies with terrifying speed until it results in an emotional explosion. You will find yourself in fights you don't understand, feeling emotions that are disproportionate to the situation, because you are not actually arguing with the person in front of you. You are arguing with your own reflection, your own disowned darkness, being shown to you through the vessel of another. To be alone is to stand before a clean mirror, the mirror of your own soul, where you can see your own reflection clearly, without distortion, and deal with it in the sacred container of your own consciousness. To be with others is to stand in a house of mirrors, with your shadow being reflected and distorted back at you from 1,000 different angles at once. It is an environment where healing is impossible, and further wounding is almost guaranteed. Now let us add another layer of cosmic mechanics to this. This new moon in Libra is not acting alone. It is forming a rare and volatile conjunction with the asteroid known as Veritas, the celestial body that governs raw, unvarnished and uncompromising truth. Simultaneously, this potent conjunction is forming a hard 90-degree square to Pluto, the planet of death, rebirth, and subconscious power, which is currently transiting the collective-minded sign of Aquarius. This is not just an alignment, it is a cosmic pressure cooker. Veritas demands the absolute truth be seen. The Libra new moon demands that this truth be seen within the context of our relationships and our own identity. And the square to Pluto in Aquarius says that any truth that is not revealed, any false power structure, any inauthentic social mask, must and will be violently, systematically, and irrevocably destroyed for the sake of the new collective. This is a cosmic mandate for the demolition of the false. There is no negotiating with this energy. You cannot hide from it. The pressure to be authentic will be so immense that any attempt to uphold a lie, a pretense, or a people-pleasing persona will feel like trying to hold back the ocean with a sieve. It will create immense psychic stress that will manifest as anxiety, panic attacks, and physical illness. When you are alone, you can allow this pressure to do its work. You can let the masks fall away in the safety of your own space. You can face the uncomfortable truths that Veritas is revealing about your life, your choices, your relationships. You can surrender to the Plutonian process of death and rebirth, allowing the old you to crumble so the new you can emerge. But when you are with other people, your instinct will be to hold onto the mask, to maintain the social contract, to perform the version of you that they expect. And in doing so, you will be actively resisting this powerful cosmic force. This resistance is what creates the true danger. It is like trying to cap a volcano. The pressure will build and build until it erupts, not in a controlled, conscious release, but in a destructive, unconscious explosion of rage, blame, and chaos that will very likely incinerate the relationship you were trying to preserve with your performance. Do you see? The very act of trying to keep the peace by being with others will be the catalyst for war. Solitude is your only de-escalation strategy. It is the only way to release the pressure valve safely and consciously, allowing the truth to set you free, rather than allowing it to burn your life to the ground. Finally, we must address the most seductive illusion that will arise for the chosen one during this time, the noble, compassionate, but deeply misguided belief that you should go through this with others, to support them, to hold space for them, to heal together. This is the ultimate test of your spiritual discernment. In any other time, this would be a beautiful impulse, but during this 72-hour transit, it is a spiritual trap. The work that must be done is profoundly, radically, and surgically individual. You cannot do someone else's ego death for them, and they cannot do yours for you. To attempt to hold space for another person during this time is to invite their dissolving ego structure, their unprocessed trauma, and their chaotic emotional purge directly into your own energy field. As an empath, you will not just witness it, you will absorb it. You will become a psychic dumping ground for their pain, all while your own critical internal work is being aborted. You will mistake their emotional purging for your own and become lost in a codependent storm of shared trauma. The universe is demanding that each soul take 100% radical responsibility for their own clearing. This is the final exam of sovereignty, and you cannot look at your neighbor's paper. To try and help your friend with their test is to ensure that you both fail. The greatest act of love and service you can perform for anyone in your life during these 3 days is to remove yourself from their presence completely, thereby giving them the space and the imperative to face their own soul alone. Your absence is your greatest gift. It is the loving boundary that says, I trust you to navigate your own healing, just as I am trusting myself to navigate mine. This is the path of the Master, who knows when to engage and, more importantly, when to retreat into the sacred temple of the self. And now, as we stand at the precipice of this monumental gateway, I can feel the collective thought form of 1,000 chosen ones rising to meet me. It is a wave of pragmatic concern, a chorus of very real, very valid human questions. How can I possibly do this? How can I carve out 72 hours of complete solitude when I have a family that needs me, a demanding job, children to care for, a partner who won't understand? To simply disappear for 3 days is a fantasy, not a reality. I hear you, I see you, and the universe hears you. Let me be unequivocally clear, the divine does not ask of you the impossible. It asks for your highest intention and your most committed effort, whatever that may look like within the framework of your current reality. This is not a pass-fail test based on whether you can afford to rent a secluded cabin in the woods. This is a test of your spiritual creativity, your devotion, and your ability to set sovereign boundaries. The universe is not grading the perfection of your solitude, it is measuring the sincerity of your intent to create it. So we will now move from the sacred whys into the practical how. We will outline the sovereignty protocol, a tiered approach that allows every single person hearing this message to participate in this cosmic event at the highest possible level available to them. The first and highest tier is the complete physical retreat. This is the gold standard, the ideal scenario for those whose life circumstances permit it. This involves physically removing yourself from your normal environment for the full 72-hour period. This could be a solo camping trip, a stay in a quiet hotel or Airbnb, or a visit to a friend's empty house. The key here is a total disconnection from your regular duties and, most critically, from all digital interference. This means your phone is turned off and put away, not on silent, not on airplane mode. Off. The laptop stays closed, the television remains dark. You are creating a complete sensory and electromagnetic vacuum, allowing your energetic field to fully reset and recalibrate without any external frequency pollution. You will pack simple, clean food, plenty of water, a journal, and perhaps some art supplies or a book of spiritual wisdom. Your only agenda is to be, to walk, to sit, to sleep, to listen to the silence. This is the deepest possible immersion into the process, allowing for the most profound downloads and the most complete energetic severance. If this option is even remotely possible for you, you must move heaven and earth to make it happen. This is not a vacation, it is a sacred pilgrimage to the center of your own soul, and its rewards will be immeasurable. But for many, this is not feasible, and that is perfectly okay. This brings us to the second tier, the in-home sacred sanctuary. This is the path of the spiritual master who learns to create a temple in the midst of the village. This requires radical honesty and clear, loving communication with those you live with. You must sit down with your partner, your family, or your roommates before October 18th and explain your needs. You do not need to give them a lecture on 5D Ascension portals. Use simple, grounded language they can understand. You can say, I am feeling incredibly drained and energetically sensitive right now. For my own mental and emotional health, I need to take the next 3 days as a period of deep personal retreat. I will be staying in my room for the most part, resting and journaling. I need you to support me in this by giving me my space and handling things without me for this short period. It is not personal. It is a necessary act of self-care so I can be a better partner/parent/person when I re-emerge. You are setting a boundary, not building a wall. You will then prepare your chosen space, most likely your bedroom, as a sacred container. Clean it from top to bottom. Change the sheets. Burn sage, Palo Santo, or incense to clear the energetic residue. You can place a line of salt across your doorway to create an energetic barrier. You will stock your sanctuary with water, healthy snacks, and your journal. You will inform your family that for these 3 days you are not to be disturbed unless it is a true emergency. You will eat your meals alone in your room. You will put a sign on your door, sacred silence. Please do not disturb. You will again turn off your phone and all other electronics. Your commitment to the digital detox is just as crucial in this tier. You may hear the sounds of your family outside the door, but you will remain within your energetic cocoon. This path is a powerful lesson in holding your own frequency and maintaining your center even when the world is just a few feet away. It is a profound act of self-love that demonstrates to both yourself and your loved ones that your spiritual well-being is a priority. The third tier is for those in the most challenging circumstances, where even a private room is not a guarantee. This is the energetic retreat. This is the path of the hidden mystic. If you cannot achieve physical solitude, you must create a fortress of energetic solitude. This means you are constantly and consciously managing your auric field. You will keep your interactions with others as brief and superficial as possible. No deep, emotional conversations. No arguments. No processing others' dramas. You are polite, but energetically unavailable. Your most powerful tool here will be sound. Keep headphones on as much as possible, listening to high-frequency music, solfeggio tones, binaural beats, or even just white noise. This creates an auditory shield, blocking out distracting conversations and creating a sonic container for your own thoughts and feelings. You must also commit to a radical digital diet. No social media scrolling. No news. No mindless entertainment. If you must use your devices for work or essential communication, do so with surgical precision and then immediately disengage. Every moment you can steal for yourself, you must take. Go for a long walk alone. Take an extended bath or shower, visualizing all foreign energies washing away. Wake up an hour before everyone else, to sit in the dark and meditate. Stay up an hour later to journal. You will become a master of finding the silent spaces in between the noise. You will practice energetic shielding constantly, visualizing a bubble of golden or white light surrounding you, impenetrable to outside energies. This path is arguably the most difficult, but the spiritual muscles you will build in learning to maintain your sovereignty in a dense environment are immense. You are proving to the universe that your commitment to your inner world is stronger than any external circumstance. So, you will choose your tier. There is no judgment. There is only your soul's honest assessment of what is possible, and your heart's commitment to follow through. The universe will honor your effort, no matter which path you take. If you are committing to this sacred process, in whatever form you can manage, declare it now by typing "I am creating my sacred spaces" in the comments. This act seals your intention in the digital Akasha and magnifies your power to manifest it. Now, let's discuss what you can expect to experience during this 72-hour sovereignty protocol, so you can navigate the process with wisdom and grace, rather than fear. You must be prepared for the symptoms of this profound energetic rewiring, which can manifest physically, emotionally, and mentally. These are not signs that something is wrong. They are confirmations that everything is working perfectly. On the physical level, you may experience what are commonly called ascension symptoms. This can include sudden waves of extreme fatigue, as your body is using immense amounts of energy to purge dense emotions and integrate the new light codes. Do not fight this. Sleep when your body tells you to sleep, even if it's the middle of the day. You may also experience aches and pains in your joints and muscles, especially in the back, neck, and shoulders, where old emotional armor is stored. Your body is literally releasing the energetic weight of past burdens. You might feel a strange buzzing or vibrating sensation in your body, or a feeling of electricity running under your skin. This is your Merkaba field, your light body, being activated and spun up to a higher frequency. Headaches or a feeling of pressure around your third eye are common as your pineal gland is being activated. Stay hydrated. Water is a liquid crystal, a conductor of energy, and it is your single most important ally in this process. Drink more than you think you need. Light, clean foods are best. Avoid alcohol, caffeine, sugar, and processed foods, as these create static and density in your system. Emotionally, prepare for a roller coaster. This is the great purge. You may experience sudden intense waves of sadness and find yourself weeping for no reason you can identify. This is not your sadness. This is the collective grief of humanity, or the grief of your ancestors moving through you to be cleared. Allow the tears to flow without judgment. They are a sacred cleansing. You might feel waves of irrational anger or irritability. This is stagnant fire energy, the residue of past injustices and suppressed boundaries, finally coming to the surface to be released. Do not act on it. Witness it. Breathe through it. Punch a pillow if you must. But let it move through you, not from you. Conversely, you may experience moments of sublime ecstatic bliss and a feeling of profound connection to all that is. You might feel a deep, quiet peace that you have not felt in years. Ride these waves. The polarity will be extreme, as you are vacating the comfortable, numb middle ground of the 3D emotional spectrum and experiencing the full range of your 5D feeling body. Do not cling to the bliss or resist the sorrow. Simply be the calm, silent witness to the weather patterns moving through your inner sky. Mentally, you might experience periods of intense brain fog, where thinking a linear thought feels impossible. This is a good sign. It means your logical left brain dominant mind is being temporarily taken offline so that your intuitive, creative right brain can take the lead. Surrender to it. This is not the time for problem solving or planning. Following the fog, you will likely experience moments of hyperclarity where the solutions to lifelong problems download into your mind in an instant. Old memories, especially from childhood, may surface with vivid detail. Do not get lost in the story. See them as data points, scenes from a movie you are reviewing, and ask your higher self, what is the wisdom I am meant to extract from this memory? The goal is release and integration, not re-traumatization. Trust that whatever comes up is what is ready to be healed. Your only job is to hold space for it with compassion. And so, as we bring this transmission to a close, let us zoom out and remember the grand cosmic context of what you are about to do. Your 72-hour retreat into sacred solitude is not an act of escape. It is a profound act of revolutionary service. You are not hiding from the world. You are stepping out of the collapsing 3D matrix in order to become a stable and powerful anchor for the new 5D Earth grid. Every single cord you sever from your own field weakens the hold of the old fear-based paradigm on the collective. Every new light code you successfully download into your DNA becomes a part of the upgraded human blueprint, making it easier for the next person to awaken. Every moment you spend anchoring your own sovereign frequency, you are becoming a lighthouse, a beacon of coherence in a sea of chaos, showing others the way home to themselves simply by embodying your own truth. You are the midwife assisting in the birth of a new world, and the first and most important rule of midwifery is to ensure your own hands are clean, your own energy is clear, and your own mind is calm before you can assist another. This is that moment. When your 3 days are complete, re-emerge gently. Do not rush back into the noise and haste of your old life. Take your time. Move slowly. Notice how the world looks, feels, and sounds different to your newly calibrated senses. Colors may seem brighter. You may hear the subtle energies behind people's words. You will be more sensitive, yes, but you will also be more discerning. You will immediately know what is and is not in alignment for you. Your tolerance for drama, for inauthenticity, for energy vampirism will be zero. Your newly forged sovereignty will act as a natural repellent to low frequencies. Trust the new you. Trust the quiet power you have cultivated. The work is not over, it has just begun. But you will now face the next chapter, not as a confused and overwhelmed empath, but as the crowned king or queen of your own reality, armed with divine clarity, activated senses, and a direct open line to your soul. You are the architect of your new life and a co-creator of the new earth. You have answered the call. You have passed the test. You have remembered who you are. This message has found you because you are ready. It is no accident. Trust the resonance you feel in your heart. Share this transmission with one other soul you know who is ready to hear this call. You may be the confirmation they have been praying for. Like this video to anchor the light, subscribe to continue receiving these downloads, and step bravely into the sacred silence that awaits you. The entire universe is holding its breath, waiting to see you emerge. We are all waiting to welcome you home to yourself. The journey begins now. Be brave.